knows? Uh, that being said, my second question that I have to you,
Mm-hmm.
the like CTA button is
Yeah.
baked right into the image.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing that like work well, or is that something that seems to be a little atypical? Because I feel like I don't see that as often in
Mm.
ads, but I personally really like it. It just makes me remember back to running like programmatic display where you had to, because it was like if you didn't click there, then you didn't click. There was no button outside of the button
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah. See, I do love including a CTA inside the image. I'd say the majority of static ads that we make normally have that, or like a nice designed end screen of a video. I like doing it because it makes it, like you said, it just, I don't know what it is. It's, it's probably a psychology thing, but it makes it feel a bit more clickable, and it makes most important. I mean, we all know the whole point of an ad creative is to get someone to take action, right? So
Sure.
you want to call as much attention as you can do to that CTA when you're telling them what to do next, right? So shop the Wonder Oven. I think the CTA is a bit poor. I think maybe like find out more about the Wonder Oven, or find out more, or grab it before it's gone. Something that maybe carries on that urgency a little more. But I think in terms of like the design, I love having a nicely designed button. I think it just looks nice. I think it really adds to the design of it, and it makes it feel more clickable for sure.
Yeah. No, and it actually just reminded me of something too, like the format. This is full screen vertical video format. Now it's a still, but this is a
Yeah.
stories. This is a reels placement.
However, they do have a square, so we're probably talking feed and stories probably. So there's both on here.
Yeah. So there's both of them on there. So the interesting thing is, for me, like I'll be honest, I like the stories a bit more gorgeous
Me too. Yeah, feels a
than the
bit
square.
squished. Yeah.
Yeah, it does feel it feels smaller, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
like the Wonder Oven looks like a Wonder Oven in the story, and the other one it's just like, oh hey, look at this cute thing. I
Yeah,
actually feel like the square image makes it look smaller, even though it's the
yeah,
same thing.
for sure. I agree. Yeah, agreed.
That's weird. It's I feel like all the lessons I've gotten from watching home improvement shows about like why you need to have space above the window to make the room look bigger is all coming
Yeah.
in. So then my last question that I have is this. We don't really tell you anything about the product here. And
Mm.
so like again, there's probably some simplicity there. And it reminds me a lot of like old Ogilvy style ads, like the old like like the VW 0 to 60, yes, or
Mm-hmm.
like that's my favorite ad of all time favorite ad 0 to 60, yes, with a
Yes.
Beetle,
Yeah.
the best ad ever. I'll die on that
Yeah.
hill.
And it helps the car is gorgeous as well. That also
Oh, of
helps.
course, of
Let's
course.
not forget that, right?
I mean, of course. I mean, I'm in the line to get the new bus. By the way, I'm 100% getting it. I'm getting my
Oh, amazing.
we're expecting, and there's a company makes a little cart, for kids, the like I don't know what you call it, but a stroller for kids,
Yeah.
and it's done up like a VW bus,
Love
and it's probably $1,000 more than it could be, but it's been sitting on my registry. But anyway, I've found myself a couple of codes to get some discounts on it, and I'm 100% going to get that. Anyway, my point here is, as like if I'm the brand person and I'm looking at this, I'm looking
that.
at it as like, oh, I know what this is. This is great. But part of me as the performance marketer is saying, well, why is anybody going to click on, like, there's no context here. Like, I'm going through my head of the things that I'm used to hearing, like features and benefits, us versus them,
Yeah.
why we should be doing things, putting things into scale. This is quite literally like, now that I'm paying a bit more attention, there's the background tile, which I'm assuming is, I don't know what in centimeters. I'm going to go ahead and say 10 centimeters by 10. I don't know. I'm guessing. But I don't really know anything more than like I'm looking at this and it's like uh so because it's not giving me any of that,
Mhm.
part of me feels like this is lacking in the information that needs to be included, but also like the copy that goes with it. The 6-in-1 replaces 4 appliances. I'm also not getting more information there, right? Like even the copy's not labeling any of that stuff out.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, like why we went over last week about not including the logo in the brand, like the lack of specificity here. How is that
Yeah,
actually maybe like a value add?
I think potentially it's probably sitting further down the funnel. People know a lot of this information already. Maybe this is the last ditch attempt to get them to convert. So I think they're probably leaving a little bit open to Facebook have done its job, and and they already know more about this. I think, but also there's a play here, and we see this a lot in the data, is that when you leave things out, it sometimes can lead to to more people clicking the ad because
Yeah.
they want to know that information. And so, kind of their brain works, oh well, it's going to be on their website, I'm just going to click through to the advert. Right.
I
So
think
I
that's
think there's
it.
probably yeah, I think there's a mixture of both. There's a mixture of this stuff maybe have been answered further up the funnel, but then also let's try and get as many clicks as we can do by using this curiosity. And also the whole like scarcity thing, it's sold out in 8 days, probably also plays to it that they're not giving you much information because they're like, oh, why did it sell out in 8 days? Like, let me go and find out. And they click off.
Interesting. Yeah, so really what I'm hearing about, let me try to wrap up this ad as a performance guy that does not again understand the creative stuff, which is I love these conversations.